You look great.
Thank you. So do you.
Yeah, well, thank you. And welcome back. How you doing?
I'm doing great. Although I have to tell you, I have a whole new respect for this whole talk show thing because I hosted, like guest hosted the Late Late Show a few weeks ago.
Right.
It was so much fun, but oh my goodness, it's hard.
Yeah. Yeah. What did you find hard about it?
Well, like, I mean, the guests were great and everybody was great and the hives were on and everybody was revved up. Do you know the hives are kind of, remember Mike Myers on Saturday Night Live when he was Sprockets?
Uh-huh.
The hives are kind of like Sprockets. Hello.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Do they know they're like that?
Probably. They wear little suits.
Oh, well then they do.
Yeah.
They're trying to be the Sprockets.
Yeah. But, I mean, I just, like, it's such a great job, but it's so hard, and I have so much more respect for you than I ever did before.
Would you want to do it, do you think?
I think it would be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't feel threatened.
No, eventually everybody's going to have one. I'm not worried about that. But no, I think it is a lot of fun. It's a lot of work.
It's a lot of hard work.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like you just come in and all of a sudden you look so pretty and you're funny. Like, you actually have to work hard at it.
Yeah, no,
I have no idea.
Yeah, no, there's 5 hours of makeup and then the clown lessons. And,
right.
Did you see Ben Stiller backstage?
I did. Well, I sort of was like this with him, but yes, I saw him briefly.
Yeah. Do you know him?
Well, sorta. See, when I was 14, I auditioned for him when he was directing Reality Bites, and it got down to me and one other actress to play Winona Ryder's little sister, which they ended up cutting the role out of the movie.
Uh-huh.
But it was kind of a bad audition, so like I was trying to avoid seeing him again.
Uh-huh. Does he remember that?
I don't think so. Well, what happened was I didn't know who Ben Stiller was at the time, and he was just really up and coming.
Right.
And I was 14, and I was so excited to be sitting next to Winona Ryder, and Ethan Hawke was in the room, like going like this with the camera, because he was wanting to be a director too. And here's the thing. So I'm doing the scene with Winona Ryder, like, you're Winona Ryder. So I'm doing like this. And then Ben Stiller's like this, you know, trying to give me notes. But I was looking at Winona Ryder because she had like a little piece of bagel stuck right there, you know? So the whole time I was sort of like, yeah, whatever, young, hot guy, Ben Stiller, and like staring at Winona Ryder's bagel in her teeth. And needless to say, I didn't get that job.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, food and teeth can be distracting.
Well, it's weird.
Yeah.
Because Winona Ryder, I mean, she was like this beautiful, like perfect, and she has like this porcelain skin, and then she had little cream cheese.
Yeah. Did you want to tell her?
Well, I was 14. You know when you're 14 and like you see someone's fly down? Like now, as an adult, I'd be like, yo, zip it up. But at 14, you sort of are like, you know, you don't know what to say.
You become a truck driver all of a sudden.
Yo, zip it up.
Very aggressive.
Well, you got to go quick because you want to spare them the embarrassment, right? But at 14, I remember in the audition, like in the middle of the scene, of course, this shows what a good actor I was like, you know, trying to like sort of signal to her.
That is good.
Because I didn't want Ethan Hawke to know that she had bagel in her teeth. I don't know.
No, it's a tricky one. You don't know to tell somebody, especially if you don't know them. You think they'll feel it or notice it.
Notice it, or like maybe they'll think later, like, you know how when you go home and you look really bad and then you think, oh, I just started looking really bad like 5 seconds ago. I couldn't have looked really bad all day.
There's no way my hair looked like this an hour ago.
Right. So I was sort of thinking that maybe she'd see the bagel later and think that it was just new bagel as opposed to all-day bagel.
Right. Unless she didn't have it except for breakfast, which was 8 hours ago, and then it's not. Then it's not new bagel.
Yeah, that's true.
But now on the show, you have to be honest enough because you're kissing a lot of people on the show, so you must be able to say, listen, there's something here.
Yeah, or just get it out for them, you know. I'm kidding. You know, it's funny.
It's a sitcom. This is not some kind of trashy movie you're in. You're not making out like that, are you?
You know, I'm married. I've been married for 3 years, and I think that since getting the show, I have made out with more people now that I'm married than I did when I was single because of Less Than Perfect.
Really?
Yeah, I kiss people all day. I've kissed every single cast member.
And how does your husband feel about that?
He loves it. He does. He likes it.
Christine Lottie was on. She said the same thing. Is that really true? They don't mind that?
I think he thinks it's kind of funny, and then later he needs to prove himself that he's the better kisser. So really, I benefit.
It's a win-win for you. That's a great thing.
Yeah.
Well, think about that. If you work in a bank or wherever you work, just try it out.
Try that
it seems to help the relationship.
It really does.
Yeah. All right, we have to take a break. This picture, I want to show this when we come back.
Okay.
It's you and your husband on your anniversary. We'll be right back right after this. We're back with Sara Rue.
Yeah.
So you recently had a wedding anniversary, and then you have to show this picture. But what number of years?
3.
3 year.
We were married 3 years, and my husband took me to Hawaii. We went to Kauai, which is really, really beautiful, but rains all the time. In fact, it's the largest rainfall in the world is in the middle of the island.
Right.
We didn't know that. But it was really, really fun, and we did a lot of hiking, and the best story, and this is, I want to show this picture, but we went on this 8-mile hike through what is essentially the Grand Canyon, the Waimea Canyon on Kauai, and it was beautiful. They have feral goats, which is cool.
Yeah.
Who knew?
Yeah.
So we go through this hike. It pours down rain. We get covered in mud, and we're exhausted. We've had no food. We didn't really have too much of a map, which was a mistake. A big mistake. So we get back to the car, and we were going to go out to a nice dinner because it was our wedding anniversary. And so we get back to the car, and we are soaking wet, and so we sort of take off all our clothes and throw them in the trunk, and then we're going around to the back seat of the car to get our nice clothes to change for dinner. So we just we're in the middle of this forest. Nobody's around, we think. So we get naked, dump our clothes in the back, close the trunk, and then we go to get in the car. And I locked our keys in the trunk of our rental car. I am not kidding you. So we had my little backpack with like our camera and a cell phone and like one very small bottle of water. And
that is tiny.
It's like the teeniest.
That's the tiniest bottle of water.
It was like one of those teeny miniature that you're like,
Yeah.
why bother? It's not even gonna count if I drink this,
right.
you know? And so we were locked out, and we called. It was 2 hours for the rental-car place to get us keys, because we're all the way up in the middle of this canyon, like they would have. So we decided to make the best of it, and we hiked. We hiked a little bit while we were naked, and we hiked up to the top of this mountain, and it was the most breathtakingly beautiful. I mean, we're alone, right?
You hiked naked.
Well, yeah.
Okay.
Well, we're married. I mean, it's okay.
I'm just saying there's sticky bushes and.
Well, we had shoes. We had
Okay,
shoes.
uh-huh.
And we were naked, but our shoes were there.
Okay. It's a pretty image I have
It's
in my
kind of
head.
fun.
Just hiking boots and naked. Just,
And you know, we're covered in mud. I mean, it's really not. It's not that cute or sexy. But there are wild chickens everywhere on the island of Kauai, which is really cool. But you were like hiking through feral goats and wild chickens, and you're naked.
Yeah.
And I don't really know what that says, but it kind of freaked me out at the time, you know. And then we got to the top of the mountain, and we took this picture, which I wanted to share with you guys today.
It's a great picture, and what a great story.
There we are, totally
Naked. That's great.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for sharing the story.
You're
The
welcome.
picture.
Do you want to keep that?
I do.
Okay.
Can I have it?
Where are you going to put it?
I'm not sure yet.
Okay.
Someplace very prominent.
Okay, good.
Maybe I'll blow it up and put it right over my fireplace.
Love it.
Yeah. Something like that. Now that I know that there are boots down there, big, thick,
muddy boots.
hiking boots down there.
Yep.
All right. Less Than Perfect airs on Fridays at 9:30 on ABC. One more thing right after this. Don't go away. Sarah, thank you so much.